Okay, so welcome back to the fifth tutorial. So as I said, in this tutorial we'll be talking about the if-else condition statements. Basically what if-else helps us to do is it helps us to make decisions, right? It happens in daily life. We say if it does not rain, I'll go to my office. If it rains, I'll maybe probably take a leave and things like that. So how do we do that stuff in PHP? So there are two statements for that. Let us look at them individually first and then we'll look at them together. The very first is the if statement. So before doing that, let's take a simple example. Let's say we make a program to check whether the age is less than 18 or not. If it is less than 18, we'll simply say you are not eligible to vote, and if it is greater than 18, we'll say you are eligible to vote, right? So let's make a new variable, my age or age, whatever you want to call it, and assign it some default value, say 18 or probably 19, which is my age. So now what we can do is we can actually compare this. We'll say if age is greater than 18, so we'll echo you can vote, right? So if the age is greater than 18, which it is, so it should display you can vote. So let's go ahead and try the demo once. There you go, it says you can vote. Now if I just modify the program and say age is 17, now it should not display you can vote. It should simply do nothing, right? So it basically does nothing. Now what if we want to display something when this condition is false, right? So we are displaying you can vote when this condition is true. So what happens if the condition is false? That is decided by the else statement, right? So we'll say else echo you cannot vote, right? Again we'll end with a semicolon. So let's try this out. It should say you can vote because the age is 19. Now if I go ahead and make it 17, we will say you cannot vote. So that is where the if else statement comes in handy. It helps us to make decisions based on two conditions, right? So you can either write else age is less than 18 here, but it will take that automatically. Again, if we have more than two conditions, right? Say what if there are three conditions? Say I have to display something for 16, something for 17, something else for 18. So what we can do is we can say else if age is greater than 17, do something else, and again else, which basically means if neither of these is true, then do something else. So this is also permitted. You can have this syntax also. This is called the if else if ladder, right? Because if you see, it is again this if is inside this else and this again is inside, right? So basically this is called nesting. One if else construct inside another if else construct, right? So this if is individual and this else is this whole thing, right? So there is another if condition inside this else and another else condition also inside this else. So it is possible to have infinite number of if else statements, but when the choices are limited, it's fine, but when the number of choices are very much, then this becomes very tedious. So we'll look at a way to solve the problem in the next tutorial. So if you have only 2 or 3 choices, then if else or the if else if construct is works just fine. But if you have say 20 choices, you will not keep writing if else if else if else if, right? There has to be a simpler way for doing that, and that is what we'll be taking a look at in the next tutorial. We'll talk about the switch case. There is some special provisions for switch case in the case of PHP, which we'll look at in the next tutorial. So go ahead, try the if else out, and I'll see you guys later.